शाबाश मेरे शेर। आज मुद्दतों बाद जश्न मनाने को दिल कर रहा है। आज जब शाम जवान होगी तो शबाब मौसीकी पे नाचेगा। जश्न का इंतजाम करो, जश्न हो।
Pressure that's added because of the situation of the game means that he can afford to take a little bit more time. Sanju Samson, yes, the form has been great, but in this game he starts on zero, and that's what New Zealand will be looking to exploit. As soon as he went deeper in the crease there, Matt Henry went fuller.
This time he connects, just marginally shorter. That's all the space Sanju Samson needs. He is up and running with a six.
What a start for Sanju Samson and Team India here. This has been the difference for this Indian team in these last couple of games. Just a few balls to see, get your eye in, and then bang he goes. We've seen some sweet shots so far in the last week. Sanju Samson brings out another one. Pumping it over mid-on here.
Take a single. He will keep strike. Honours even after the first over, 7 for no loss. They go with pace, they go with spin. Interesting. He's a right-hander in strike. They go in the Phillips.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying. The reason that they were able to bring in that extra seamer for Cole McConkey is Phillips hasn't really bowled a lot in the tournament since the early stages. A few overs against Sri Lanka in that game in Colombo. He gives them that option to bowl one over in the power play and maybe one later on if required, but he doesn't have to bowl many more.
Long on, deep mid-wicket. As it turns out, the single means that he can bowl to the left-hander, which is probably what the flaw is about.
Oh, absolutely. I think this World Cup, Abhishek has had his issues against off-spin. Just have a look, coming in front Sanju to Matt Henry, just defending it, and the next ball going deeper, and again just knocking it. But the bowler has to constantly keep watching what Sanju is doing there. That's why it's getting harder to bowl to him. He needs to make sure he's not only figuring out where he wants to bowl, but also how he wants to release the ball, the length that he bowls.
Is that the keeper's job though? Signal to the ball, or is he too far back?
That's a good question, Harsha, but the challenge is, even though the keeper would want to say it, it's almost in his run-up that Sanju decides whether it's going in front or back, so it's not that easy for a keeper. In fact, it's impossible for the keeper to tell the bowler, but Matt Henry needs to look at it. But this matchup is such a crucial one. Can Abhishek get past the off-spinner here?
Long off is out. Also deep mid-wicket, but interesting in the nets yesterday. He was batting a lot, trying to hit through the offside.
And in all fairness, generally he's very good on the offside. He's a good offside player of off-spin. Ishan Kishan, on the other hand, is a much better leg side player of off-spin. It's nice to see Abhishek take his time here. You know, as I said it, I found it silly because he's played 2 balls and I'm like, I'm happy he's taking time here. But the fact is that in T20 cricket, taking a couple of balls is still something that you can afford to do if you're an opener. And Abhishek has been known to take on from ball 1, but that's what confidence does. He'll get there, but he needs to earn the right to get there.
It's a good player, a spin bowling Sanju Samson. just think in terms of balance, this is very good balance to this New Zealand side. Just 3 of the over. Has he put that in the gap? Brilliant. Brilliant, Daryl Mitchell. Already New Zealand are laying down the marker in the field. A couple of runs, it's 12 for no loss.
So one thing you can control from the match point of view is the fielding. As you said, Harsh, is setting the tone, laying down a marker. Quickly across to his right, well and truly applauded by his teammates as well.
It's because he can do a job with the new ball.
Also because they struggled with Neesham in the power play in the previous game. Good movement. Don't know how long it'll last, but it's there.
There's been a bit of swing so far, not so much seam movement. Well, if you're an Indian fan, you definitely don't want to be seeing that. And you're hoping that it changes after tonight. What do you think, Dooley?
I didn't know that. Otherwise, I'd have brought it up earlier.
The stat that's on your screen right now is a much better stat if you're an Indian fan.
India have never beaten New Zealand though in T20 World Cups. It's gone wide. It's gone wide.
I like what Abhishek has done here. He's going to take his time against the spinner, but if a pacer is bowling, he wants to put pressure back, try and go for those boundaries. And this is one of his go-to shots. Stepping away and trying to create room to go on the offside. So we're going to see an aggressive Abhishek against Duffy here.
Clears the infield. Not sure it quite came off the middle of the bat, but it goes long enough for his first boundary.
Yeah, the length.
In a touch circumspect, these Indian openers. Not anymore. The length is full, which is exactly where Abhishek likes it.
I differ with you a little bit. I don't think they're circumspect. They are just...
And just take it on the bounce, on the move.
He's got to get his length right here for Sanju. Anything slightly short, it's going. There we go. That's an example of it. That's a good length ball. For most batters, that's a very good ball. But because of the depth increase that Sanju uses, that becomes a scoring opportunity for him. We're going to see a lot of these players in action tonight. Is there any matchup that you're looking forward to, Harsha?
There was Matt Henry bowling to Sanju Samson, but that didn't last very long. I know Lockie Ferguson as well. He's got a good matchup. So does Santner. So Sanju's got a few things stacked against him in terms of numbers. Whatever they count in the final. Brilliant. That's probably the best shot of them all today. Once again, a little too full. And India have clobbered 15 of the over to get to 27 for no loss after 3.
Closely.
Ferguson is going to start.
Tell you what, Lockie's had his problems with injuries and therefore with rhythm. I saw Lockie bowl in Kolkata and I thought he was back to, if not back, close to being at his best.
Really keen to see what Abhishek Sharma does here. The angle taking the ball away, should score runs mostly on the offside.
Well, it is off, but it's over where a slip might have been.
And even if a first slip was there, unless it was Daryl Mitchell on Kyle Jamison's shoulders, I don't think it would have been catchable.
With Jamieson on stilts.
This is the plan, though, from New Zealand's point of view. They will go into the surface, deep backward square in place, and a third down on the boundary, so he'll look to go into the surface and that pace off, that slower ball.
6. You thought initially might have sliced it, no, but Abhishek Sharma is back here. He's given India the start like he always does.
Oh, there's 100,000 people here, and I've seen plenty wearing Abhishek Sharma shirts, and that is because this man constantly, in the last 2 years, has developed this habit of smashing it out of the park. We haven't seen too much of it in this World Cup, but I can tell you, Mitchell Santner is playing into his hands right now by bowling pacers. A change in the field, shot third man comes up, deep third man goes back.
Use the word circumspect a little while ago. That's gone.
Absolutely. 23 of 10, 230 strike rate. Take that, says Abhishek. He is batting nicely. I cannot understand why Mitchell Santner has gone four overs, 4 different bowlers. You almost need to plan, yes, but you need to observe what's happening on the pitch. How are the batters playing Glenn Phillips? I think this has been the effect of having Sanju Samson there, the right-hander. Maybe the second over, they'll take him on a lot more. Him being a part-timer, can he handle that pressure? Those are the sort of questions. That's the change that Sanju has brought.
They call wide. It's an interesting stat here, Field. 180 seems to be a sort of bogey number. 180. You score less than 180, you lose. You score more than 185, you've never lost so far. I just think this surface, so you saw it, it's better than 185, isn't it?
The quality of the batting as well. I think when you look at how deep India bat, I think anything under that 190, 200, they would be disappointed. You look at the quality of the batting strength as well as the quality of the pitch.
Oh, leading edge. There is a man there. He'll watch it sail over for 6. Is that just a little bit of luck India need in a big final like this?
When the going is good, the cards fall your way. Sanju Samson looking to go over mid-wicket here. The top edge carrying comfortably. That tells you this pitch has got a bit of pace and nice bounce as well. We're speaking about 180, Harsha. I think 220, 230 is again on the cards here.
Jeez, you make cricket sound like the price of gold, going up all the time. Down the leg side. Tell you what, it's pretty well done. Might have taken pace off, but pretty well done by Seifert.
Grass covering is fantastic. That just assists a little bit of pace and bounce. It's the mixed soil. We talk about the black and the
over. 20 from it. His radar's gone. I think it's a change of pace that's worrying him.
That's the problem when you're bowling to Sanju Samson. Anything outside off stump, he strikes at more than 200. So you're trying to get it into his body, and because of the angle lock he is creating, he goes so wide of the crease and trying to tuck him up, and that gets so hard. Now I think Mitchell Santner will go back to Matt Henry. He has no other option here. Look at how wide he is bowling, and he wants to get it into Sanju.
It's the slower balls, Dooley, that are drifting away.
Yeah, when you try and release the slower balls at the same line as you're releasing your on-pace deliveries, because of the way your fingers roll down the left-hand side of the ball from Lockie Ferguson's point, is they just go further and further leg side. He's got to release that slow ball more like the last one, the previous delivery, around about Tim Seifert's gloves.
Beats the fielder inside the circle, once again into the pads. Not the over New Zealand were searching for, as 50 comes up in just the 4th over.
Duffy's over going for 15, 24 off that one, 39 off the last 2. So brilliant from India.
So it's back to Matt Henry. I think he had good rhythm going when he was bowling quick. The slower balls that were going away, sometimes maybe you try too much. Here's Matt Henry again, bowled a good first over.
Again, 2 fielders out on the offside this time. Nobody on the leg side patrolling the boundary. That's pressure, Harsha. He has to bowl to his field now. He has 2 fielders on the offside. He knows Abhishek Sharma will still target him, and he has to get his line right here. This is New Zealand under immense pressure. Have a look at that first over, how Sanju goes deep in his crease, one ball coming out, and then soon after figuring out that, okay, I need to go deeper, and that's what is so hard about bowling to Sanju. And that was slightly short, not too bad, and he put it away.
Lots of changes in the field. This is already India's longest opening partnership. One more man at backward point. Now 4 inside the circle, 2 on the boundary. Just one of the fields almost dictating the line.
It is, but they know that Abhishek Sharma won't shy away from it. He'll still go for it.
He's a better bowler than that, Dhoni.
He is, and as DK has just mentioned, though, they're under pressure. They're resorting to what you might look to do at the end of a game, right at the start, because they are under enormous pressure. Pace off, wide of the stumps, 4 men inside the circle and 2 boundary riders. They know that if he gets the length right and the line right, probably a foot and a half outside off stump, Abhishek will still go for it.
They've been very defensive, Harsha. They should have probably thought of another over of off spin. Henry hits the seam nicely, but he's bowling slower ones already.
Here's a field that's just a single. Just wonder already if New Zealand are having to correct based on what India have done, rather than bowl to their strengths, which are fairly substantial.
The first 2 overs went for 12, Harsha, and you used the word circumspect. New Zealand are circumspect, I feel, in the way
24.
And this is where, and I know I say it often, and sometimes a bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is where the boffins on the computers are running the game. And they've never played the game. But
I'll tell you what, Matt Henry has done very well against India. Clears the infield. Slow ball goes for 6 again. India bossing the power play already, having gone up to 63.
Now Abhishek Sharma knew Matt Henry had to come slightly closer to off stump, walking across. Have a look at him walking across there, and then he knew he needed to target straight down the ground, which he did. In fact, didn't time it as well, but that was more than enough. New Zealand are actually wilting under pressure. Tells you the inexperience in playing finals. They have planned what they want to do much before the game has started, which is okay.
13 of the over already, 2 more to come. Such a good bowler with a new ball. I mean, I look around the world every time Matt Henry is bowling the new ball. You want to see what he's got. What he's got today is almost exclusively slow balls. That was the first ball over 130.
Yeah, DK mentioned it as well. He should have bowled the 3rd over, and sometimes you can come into the game with all these plans, but you still have to read the situation of the game. And one of Matt Henry's greatest attributes, 2 overs in the power play while the ball is relatively new.
Let's put that in the gap, should come back for a second.
I said this at the start of the game, Harsha. Finals are funny things. Form goes out of the window. Courage comes in. New Zealand haven't shown courage so far.
Funny thing about 20 overs cricket, though, that sometimes people think there's no time to come back. There's always more time than you think. New Zealand will have to correct course very, very quickly, because India are going at 13 and a half and over. There's an over of power play to come. Straight up. I think he might have got enough on it. Yes, he has. Much more than enough. And India go past 70, 72 for no loss after 5. A dream start here in Ahmedabad.
Oh, that is another outstanding shot. Right of the centre of the bat. That ball needed a passport. It was going a long way away. Sanju Samson is putting the smile on 110,000 watching in the ground, and many more watching on television here. Beautiful batting so far from the openers.
.60 runs coming in the last 3 overs, and India going along nicely.
So 72 for no loss. India. They're off the blocks like a tracer bullet. For more. Lots of holes in this ground at the moment, and runs are leaking. This is an explosive start. At this moment of time, no answers from New Zealand. Good evening, Danny Morrison, Ian Busher.
Yeah, hello Ravi Shastri. Our colleagues have been spot on. The best laid plans may not to come to fruition because you've got to be able to adapt and think on your feet. That's what T20 is about. It's such a great entertainment ground. Thrills and spills and everything happening. It can happen so quickly. But you really have to adapt what's happening in front of you. Given what's happening, I would have definitely had Henry for another couple. And he's such a good swinger and pace on. This is one of the paciest pitches going around in India. And given when I was out there with you, Rav, I just felt the pitch, it was still a bit cool to touch.
That's up in the air and will land in the crowd. Well, have a look at the supporters here. In excess, close to 120,000. We've had plenty to cheer already.
Well, no pitch there, just air. Been fatted clean. That is just such a good strike. Didn't overhit it, didn't lose shape. Dinesh Karthik was talking about confidence and courage. Man, there's plenty of that to the fore.
That's up in the air. It's gone a long, long way. Rolls over into the fence as well. Well, he's enjoying himself. He's not had the best of World Cups, but India doing well to retain him in the side, give him the confidence. And he can't choose a bigger stage than this to do the job for India. So 45 now of just 16 deliveries.
And right now he's striking Duffy against the field set. The two deep fielders are deep point and deep extra cover.
And again, onside. Just plugs in there once pitching. Gets another couple of runs, but no answers whatsoever. This is terrific striking. 88 for no loss. Still 2 balls left in power play.
Yeah, it's clever. It really is, because Duffy wants him to hit it to the two deep fielders on the offside. But each time Abhishek is either hitting down the ground or walked across and take the length to the leg side. Right of that graphic, deep extra cover and deep backward point. That's his protection, or it's supposed to be.
And again, he's just walking across the stumps. Brings up his half century. It's come off just 18 balls in a World Cup final. He's risen to the occasion. Look at the dugout. They'll all be pleased for him.
Well, it's another one of those international dialing codes. Abhishek. 4-6, 4-2-4. Don't leave a message. He hasn't got time. Sharma. Oh, yes. Please. In a finale. Yeah, I'm with you. This stadium is pumping.
He moved across, so no wide, but 20 off the over.